Well, hello and welcome. I'm actually in Dalston, Kingsland, which is where I'm going to start this East End bakery tour. Now, we haven't done the East at all. We've been wanting to do it for a really long time, and it's a good job we didn't do it when we planned to about 4 years ago, because since then there's been loads more bakeries that have opened up, and it's an absolute treasure trove of really amazing stuff. So we're here starting in Dalston, Kingsland. We're going to work our way around all the famous places and all the favourite places, so come along. Well, I'm here at the Dusty Knuckle Bakery. I'm going to go down this slope backwards, so see how that goes. And if you ask any chef or restaurateur where their favourite bread is from in London, it's probably going to be from here, because Dusty Knuckle have been supplying restaurants bread for years. I used to really love, they used to do this amazing potato ring that I used to love. And I'd only ever be able to find it in restaurants, but they have their own bakery. They started out in a shipping container and then they kind of outgrew that. So I've never been here before. I've never been to this brick and mortar building. So let's go and have a little look. I've got John with me. John, who are you to Dusty Knuckle?
I'm one of the management here, one of the supervisors. Grew up with the owners, so I've been involved with the business since they started back in like 2015 or so.
I just asked John about this potato ring that I dream about from like about 10 years ago, and I can see on the shelf there is something called a potato sour, and we think that might be the closest thing to it. What do you think?
It must be that. I think it's that one.
Can you tell me about the potato sour?
Sure. Well, I'll explain. We've got the two sourdoughs here. We've got the house, which is a blend of white rye and wholemeal flour, and then the naughty one, which is very popular with our customers, is the potato one, which is 80% white flour, 20% grated potato.
Yes.
Very moist, very moorish, delicious, toasted and heated up.
If it is the same one, it was really like chewy.
Yes.
That's the one I'm taking home for my breakfast. In the sweet department, what should I have today?
The croissants and the pain au chocolats have just come out the oven. I would try a feta and honey, and these ice buns have just come on last week. Got a bit of jasmine in there, so they're quite citrusy and with a bit of a bouquet.
I'm going to get my tote bag out because I feel like I'm going to be buying quite a lot.
Do your thing, my friend.
Thanks so much. I am going to have the pain au chocolat because I can actually feel it is still warm. So if John is to be believed, the chocolate should be nice and melty. When I was tearing this open, I thought actually this is just the kind of croissant I like, because when they're a bit too crispy, I find them a bit dry, but this is like got stretch. That's just how I like them. Stretchy and crisp and a bit soft. I mean, I could do with more chocolate in there, but having said that, this is really, really intense. It's really fruity. That tastes like quality chocolate. It's definitely a 70%er. I'm gonna have to roll into this morning bun because it is indeed still warm. Look at that, little squishy nugget. Oh my God, that is so nice. Again, really chewy, like the croissant. Perfectly balanced. So next stop is Violet Bakery. Now, Violet Bakery's been here for ages, since maybe before or just around the same time as I set up Crumbs and Doilies. It's owned by an American called Claire Patak, and you might know her because she recently, no big deal, just made the wedding cake for Harry and Meghan. She's amazing. I met her many, many years ago. They make really delicious kind of seasonal stuff. They're always using like locally grown stuff as possible, always making sure it's in season. They do cupcakes, and I kind of want to get a cupcake because I don't normally get cupcakes in other people's places because they're always a bit just not as good as mine.
And then I would look back after again.
It's got a really big hit of like buttery, lemony butteriness. So this was and some might say still is, the Amalfi lemon and elderflower cupcake. Looks like it's got some crystallized lemon peel here. They've always iced their cakes really simply, but really beautifully. I just absolutely love this wiggle. And they used to do it with like a French tip, and they just used to go one blob and sometimes put a little like silver ball. It's always really, really simple, but really effective. And I think that's probably everything you need to know about Violet. Like simple things just done really beautifully. That is a very freshly iced cupcake, and you can tell because this icing hasn't even had a chance to get a crust on it. It's soft and whippy and delicious. Sponge doesn't have a lot of flavour, but I think that's okay because the icing is really nicely, perfectly balanced with the lemon. Can't really taste the elderflower. I have to try this California cookie, especially now that I know it's strawberry. I didn't actually know that when I got it. It smells like childhood. Kind of vanilla-y and strawberry-y. I think we've got a bit of chew in there. Ooh, I can see a little strawberry. Oh, strawberry coconut, white chocolate and milk chocolate, and sprinkles. That's really fun. And it really is, it does feel like party food. Quite crunchy around the outside, and I feel like maybe that's their shtick. And I'm not used to that these days because I'm so used to eating like a 4-inch thick New York cookie at Crumbs and Doilies. So this is the egg yolk and packed full of Pump Street chocolate, which is great. I love Pump Street. If you've not experienced Pump Street chocolate before, it's amazing. Again, this is a crispy rather than a soft, gooey, chewy number. It's a little bit soft in the middle on the bitter side of chocolate, but that works really well because the rest of the cookie is quite sweet. Kind of crumbly as well. No, that's really nice. I'm here at E5 Bakehouse, which is one of the OGs of the East End bread baking game. I used to come here like over 10 years ago, back when they had just one arch. I think they've got 3 now. And they've not only got an arch, they've got another bakery somewhere else and a farm where they grow their own like heritage ancient grains. And then they mill them here as well to make their bread. I want some bread. First things to say is I got my first tote bag of the day. You guys know how I love a tote bag on these tours. This one is a particularly nice one because it's just green, which is unusual. Got this like rhubarb galette, which is so lovely. And I do love a rhubarb. And apparently it's got custard in it, a nice demerara sugary crust. Oh, the rhubarb's really lovely. I feel like they might be using cultured butter. It's got that kind of cultured butter flavour. Can be a little bit cheesy, but some people are a bit weird about it, but I actually really like that. Oh, it must be frangipane, full of almond yumminess. Oh yeah, this is a peanut butter and einkorn blondie. I want to get into the middle of it, so I'll break it open. It's really chewy. It's not like the blondies of the Crumbs and Doilies world where it's sort of fudgy and like oozy, a little bit undercooked. It tastes more wholesome than that, I'm not going to lie. Lovely jam, raspberry I think. It's got a really nice chew to it and some lovely flavours going on. And lastly, I kind of went for this because I've been baking a lot of scones lately because we were doing a live bake along on YouTube and it was scones, and so I've tested my scone recipe loads and actually started getting really into scones. So it's nice and chunky, square, which is great because that means less wastage. I feel like I should have clotted, it feels wrong to have it without clotted cream and jam, but you know, needs must. It does need, I think, to be cut in half and slathered in something, and I think in this case probably lemon curd since it's lemony. It is very subtly lemony, so I can see zest and I can smell it. It's not like super duper punch in your face lemon. It's got this lovely, lovely demerara sugar crust on top, which makes it really interesting, having a little crunchy bite. Sometimes scones can be way overloaded with like baking powder and sugar, and you can get a really horrible soapy flavour, but this is just right. So we're now walking to Pophams. We could have gone to a branch in Pophams in London Fields because they actually have more than one. We're going to the Victoria Park one because I really wanted to get some green space action. And since it's a beautiful sunny day, you know, I'll just take my bread out for a walk. It's so hot out there today and I'm already flagging, so I'm having myself a little iced coffee to pep me up a little bit. Right, what should I have first? Well, I think I should have the honey bun. It is still warm. Guys, I just love it when I get a still warm baked good. Oh, it's sticky. I'm going to take that middle bit. You know how I like a middle bit. Oh yeah, it's got smoked salt on the top. So it's really soft and doughy and plump in the middle. But around the outside, it's got these lovely crispy laminated bits. And the guy behind the counter was saying they use a lot of the bits and bobs from other baked goods when they're like rolling out and cutting. They use those bits to kind of make the soft bit of the inside. But then presumably a new bit for this laminated bit because that's lovely. Because it's smoked salt, it's a bit more interesting than just regular old salt. Every now and then your teeth get a little crunch on it. And just, I've got a couple of savoury things. One is a rosemary twist. All the profits from this one are going to Choose Love, which is a brilliant charity you should check out. Helps refugees. That's way lighter than I thought it was going to be. I was actually expecting it to be a lot crispier and crunchy on the outside. It's really light, not too much rosemary. Sometimes I feel like rosemary can be a bit much. Do you know what this needs? A bowl of soup. To dunk it in. And if you go to one of the other sites, the London Field site, which is the biggest one, and actually I think where they make all their stuff, they have a lunch and a menu. They have a lunch and a dinner menu, and you can probably get yourself some soup there. But anyway, I'm going to crack on because I really want to have this. And this was, I think, the first thing I ever had at Pophams. It's like a Marmite Schlossberger cheese and spring onion scroll. And I just love it when the cheese escapes and burns on the bottom and gets all crispy. Cheese and Marmite are a match made in heaven. I used to always have cheese and Marmite sandwiches in my lunchbox at school. Oh my god, Marmite is the absolute don of the spreads. And it's so light and crispy and flaky. And Marmite gives it such a deep, savoury flavour, which just goes so well with cheese. Look at this sticky deliciousness. So you can see all that lovely Marmite sort of caramelised on the bottom. You can see the spring onion here. Well, I don't often go for savoury pastries, but this is the one. Now, we're here in Victoria Park, like in the park, not only because it's a beautiful day and it's just nice to be out and about amongst some trees. I'm here at the Pavilion, which is a bakery. Well, it's not really a bakery. They have their bakery somewhere else, but you can get baked goods here. But I'm not actually here for the Pavilion bread, although you should come for that because they do delicious stuff. I'm here for the hatch because my friend Terry, who owns Happy Endings ice cream, she supplies their ice cream. So you can actually get little tubs of ice cream here. You can also get soft serve, which they provide. And it's such a beautiful day. I really fancy an ice cream, a kind of Mr. Whippy vibe. So I'm gonna go to the hatch. The cookie stuff on top is their double chocolate chip cookies that Pavilion bake, crumbled up. I mean, the soft serve is primo. It's the best soft serve in London, I think. It's a beautiful day for an ice cream. Oh, it's really buttery, this cookie. It's dribbling all over my fingers. We are here at Forno, or Forno, because it's Italian. So this is the bakery, let's call it sister, of a restaurant literally just over the road called Ombra. I'm hoping to get some marizzotti, which are a kind of, I think like a brioche style dough bun, split open and stuffed with cream and then smoothed out, and they look so cool. And I've never had one, which seems ridiculous. So I'm gonna try and get one. On the counter, they had one left. It is packed full of cream. Is it a split bun and it's been like split open and stuffed? That whipped cream is like lighter than air, which is good because there's a lot of it. A really flavourful brioche dough. It has got, I think she said there's orange zest in it, and I'm getting that, which is nice because otherwise it would be a little bit sort of nothingy. And the cream is ever so slightly sweetened. I mean, I don't know if I could eat a whole one, but it looks like it's a split situation. I got another thing. I got a gianduja brioche, chocolatey hazelnutty yumminess. Oh, that's really rich and intense. Oh, we've got some caramelised hazelnuts on the top. Oh. They're obviously using very good quality chocolate as well, so you're getting some really, really rich punches. I'm here at Yeast Bakery, which I think I'm right in saying it started off in a little arch, and I vaguely remember visiting them years and years ago near Netil Market, which if you're in the East End, Netil Market's a good place to visit at the weekend. Yeast Bakery in the arch was where I had my very first Queen Amman, and before that I'd never heard of them. That's what they're known for here, and also their croissants, they're plain croissants, so I think that's what I'm going to get unless I get tickled my fancy somewhere else. Let's see. I had to get a Queen Amman. This is a chocolate and hazelnut one, so as you can see, wow, look at that top. It's almost like glass. It's so shiny and caramelized. It's like the butteriest croissant, but like on speed. 10 times the amount of butter, crunchy, crispy, chewy, all that lovely caramel. We better eat this now because it's so warm and sunny that I can already tell the topping is gonna like splurge off, but I'm pretty sure this has got a filling in it, so I'm gonna go, oh, hang on, I didn't get to it. Yeah, there it is. Yum. Really intensely chocolatey, quite vanilla-y as well in flavour. Delicious. We've got little bits of brownie. Oh, I thought that was going to be a bit dry, but actually it's really nice and chewy and fudgy. That's ganache. Not very hazelnutty. So we just stopped to get a slice of pizza at Netil Market because we were hungry, and we were desperate for some savoury food, and happened upon Mama G's Cookies, who are someone I've actually been following on Instagram for a little while. Just met the lovely Tim.
We have our classic chopped chip. Our chopped chip is a mix of bittersweet dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and we finish off a bit of sea salt.
Nice.
We've got a triple choc, which is essentially a carbon cocoa base, so really chocolate fondant rich. We've got a red velvet, but the pièce de résistance is our banoffee. That's the special one. That took me 32 recipes.
What does that smell? It smells like custard. It smells like banana custard. It literally does taste like banoffee custard pudding. So we're here on Columbia Road, which is actually where I first started my cupcake journey, because I think it might have even been this shop. It used to be a shop called Treacle, and it sold cupcakes. It was the first job I had involving cupcakes. So we're here to visit my friend Lily's bakery, Lily Vanilli. She started her business around the same time as me. She also started on a market stall in Brick Lane, and I remember going to visit it back in the day. But she has had this little shop down this little cobblestoned walkway. She does all the celebrities' cakes. She's very famous for doing the vintage style cakes, but also the bakes that you can get in the shop are delicious, and something a bit more sort of, I don't know, frivolous, less on the pastry side, more on the cakey side. Maybe we'll get a tart, get some of her brownie perhaps. I hope so anyway. So I got this orange, I didn't actually look at the sign, but I got it because I could smell the passion fruit and it just smelled amazing. But passion fruit, I'm thinking orange, maybe even some raspberry. I'm just going on the colours. Passion fruit curd, that's what that is. And a raspberry Swiss meringue buttercream, which is lovely and silky. And yes, a really moist orange and polenta, I think. It feels like polenta. Feels super duper like Mediterranean, but with a kind of, I don't know, girly twist. I've had this many times before. This is the salted caramel brownie. Now, Lily's brownies are really fudgy. It's nice and warm here today, so you can see how sort of squishy it is. Just baked enough with a lovely sort of rippling of salted caramel. So light. I think if it would have been in the fridge or in the freezer or anything like that, it would have more of a sort of chewy brownie vibe, but because it's like super warm today and it's just baked enough, it's got this really moussey texture. It's really nice. Just salty enough. I couldn't resist. We were at the end of our tour, but I couldn't resist finishing everything up with a little bit of soft serve from one of my favourite soft serve places, Soft Serve Society, which I've been coming here for a long time. I actually came on my second date with my husband here. So memories. I got yum. I got a charcoal coconut soft serve with a blood orange soft serve. And I was asking the lady behind the counter if that was a good combo, and she said, yeah, because the charcoal coconut's nice and sweet, but the blood orange is kind of sharp. It tastes really tropical and fruity and delicious. And it's just a really nice soft serve. And you can get all sorts of things here. You can get sundaes, freak shakes, you can get waffles. I hope you've enjoyed this bakery tour. We ended up in Shoreditch, which is absolutely bonkers, as you can probably tell. There's way more people and cars and noise, but it's perfect. Very, very East London. So please do let me know what you thought. Please do let me know if you come on this tour as well. We walked most of it. We only got a cab for one tiny bit, which was just a little bit far. But you can do this if you were to not stop and film a whole video. You'll probably be able to do it in about 4 hours, walking and stopping and eating. So it's quite a nice thing to do on a sunny day if you're in town. So let me know if you do that. I love hearing about it. I'm going to have to eat this before it melts because it's actually really hot today. So thank you for joining me. I will see you again soon. And until then, happy sweet eating. TTFN.